Hello. Now that we've installed R on our cluster in our local directory, I'm going to show you how to make a plot and to view that plot. Okay, one thing to mention from my previous video, one of the commands I uh, had shown was incorrect, so I'm going to make the correction on that really quick because it's pretty important for these next steps. So once we're within R, the lib.paths command, we're actually going to enter it like that. And then this shows us where our packages are installed on our local directory. So this is where we're going to want to navigate to when we're doing all this. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I've, like I mentioned previously, I navigate to this directory, and then I navigate to my R folder. And then here you can see all the packages that are installed. So we're going to go ahead and open R from here. And I'm going to do Control L to clear the screen. And so to make this plot, I first did it in RStudio, and I just did a test plot here just to make sure it worked in RStudio. And so I would recommend doing this first before you move to the cluster. So then once I've got the plot made in RStudio, then I can just go ahead and I can copy and paste each line in one by one. There's also a more simpler way to do this by putting all the commands in one file, but I haven't quite figured that out. But once I figure that out, I'll share that. So this way is kind of sloppy, and I don't know if it's completely correct, but it works. So we're just going to go with that. And another thing it'll show you, we can also install packages just like we would in RStudio. So for example, once we have R open, we could install this package janitor, for example. It's going to come up with this, which mirror would you like to use? I'm not really sure, so I've just been using Oregon. I think you can use any of them, but I just do that. We'll see how long this takes. If it doesn't take too long, I won't pause the video, but if it's taking a while, I'll pause the video here. Okay, cool. So now, and then we could also just confirm that that package was installed by navigating to that directory that I showed you earlier. And we should see here our janitor package was installed. So now we have that to use. Okay, anyway, so back to the plot. So we can see here we have ggplot already installed. So we're just going to load the library for that, just like in RStudio. Okay, next we're going to need to upload our data file to this directory here. And for the data file I'm using, it's just a simple data file. This is it here. And so to upload it to our directory, we use FTP file transfer protocol application. I'm using FileZilla, and 1 second, I'm going to pause the video. So within FileZilla, this is how you would log on to your cluster. In order to transfer files from your local machine to the cluster. So I've went ahead and I've logged in there, and let's see, to transfer a file from your local machine to the cluster, you just navigate to your directory here, and then here's my data file. I'm just gonna drag it over to my R folder. And then we can just confirm that it's there now. Okay, and we see that our data file is there now. So from there, now that we have it on the cluster, we can read it into, import it into R. So I'm just going to use this command. And I will have these commands in a Google Doc in the description below to help you use them as an example. Okay, so we have our data file, and now I just made a sample test plot. Go ahead and paste that in. Okay, so now we have our plot saved to a variable called test plot. And then our next step is going to be to save that plot, which we'll use ggSave. And then this is the path here that we want to save it to. And then this is the plot, the test plot that I just made. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And then we can again check and make sure that it's saved in our folder there. So there it is. And then our final step will just be to transfer it from the cluster to our local machine. And we're going to do that the same way we transfer the data file up. So if we refresh, then we can go ahead and drag our file from the cluster to our local machine, and then we see it here and we can open it. And there we have it. All right, I hope this video helps someone, and thank you and have a great day.